Hey guys, Melissa Dargan here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Personal Finance, where I talk about all things money. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 rules on how to retire a Thrift Savings Plan TSP Millionaire. That's right, here's how to make it rain in retirement. And for those of you watching, the TSP is the government's equivalent to a private sector 401k retirement plan. So federal employees, if you want to become millionaires, listen up. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a certified TSP advisor. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts on how I manage my TSP. Now, before we dive into the 3 rules, if you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button and press subscribe to be updated whenever new personal finance videos are released each week. Remember, it's free to like and subscribe, and it helps extremely with the YouTube algorithm. I'd appreciate your support. Thanks, guys. Time to get started. Rule number 1 in how to retire a TSP millionaire is to invest early and pick the right funds. Starting early and choosing the right funds allows your money to earn money, and the money that your money makes are the returns on investment. I cannot stress this enough. This rule can make a huge difference on whether or not you retire a millionaire, and I'll show you the calculation shortly. The goal here is to start early and get the best returns on your investment, because more returns means more money. Investing early paves the path for you to become a millionaire, because you don't have to save $1 million. You can save way less than that. But because of the power of compounding and saving early and earning those returns, you can reach millionaire status. For example, let's say you're making $30,000 and you start investing at 22, meaning that you're going to have about 40 years until you retire. So if you invest 10% of your salary into retirement, that's around $250 a month, and had a rate of return of around 10%, here is how much you will have when you retire. Over $1 million. Because you saved early and pick the right funds, you would have only put in around $120,000. But after 40 years, you would have over $1.3 million. This is because your money works for you. The interest and rate of returns are significant. Just look at the graph. It's worth $1.2 million. It's important to note that some TSP funds perform better than others. And if you want a refresher on the different TSP funds, go ahead and check out my TSP 101 video, link up at the top, or I'll include it in the description below, where you can learn more about the funds. To quickly view the TSP funds and find out their rates of return, let's look at the TSP website. Here are all the funds in one page. You can view the rates of return of all TSP funds, the individual TSP funds, and the life cycle funds, which are made up of a mix of the individual funds. To get a little more in depth, here are the individual funds, and you can see the G fund, which is government securities, the C fund, which is the common stock index, and you can also see the I fund, which is the international stock index. This is where you can compare the rates of return. So with someone with over 30 years before they retire, they may want to consider something like the C or the I or the S funds that carry a little bit more risk but have higher rates of return. And for someone who may be retiring with 5 or less years to go, you may want to consider something more safe, less risky, because you're going to need to rely on that money sooner, and you may want to protect yourself from any downturns in the market. If you'd like to see how I invest in the TSP, check out this video where I reveal my whole portfolio. Up next, rule number 2 of how to retire a TSP millionaire: don't day trade your TSP funds. What I do is I pick funds and I hold. And you can change your allocations quarterly or yearly, but I do not day trade my TSP funds because it's extremely difficult to time the market and you stand to lose more. Here's why. Reason number 1 of why I don't day trade is because the market is unpredictable. Reports show that time and time again, trying to buy low and sell high, while it may seem simple to do, is actually very hard. And that's because no one can predict the future. But if you know someone, let's talk. Additionally, when there's a downturn, the bounce back is equally hard to time. As happened in 2020, the recovery was much faster than the downturn of 2007 to 2008. Most investors are better off investing consistently and cost averaging their market buys. I know people who panic sold during the market drop in March 2020 due to the pandemic, and they were waiting to buy back in. But what they didn't realize was how fast the market was going to rebound and has continued to increase since. Now, they not only lost money during the drop because they sold when things were low, but they also missed out on all the gains that have happened since. There is data to back this up. Bank of America's report shows that going back to 1930, if an investor sat out the S&P 500's 10 best days per decade, the total returns would be significantly lower than the return for investors who waited it out. It's important to note that some of the market's best days typically follow some of its largest drops, meaning that panic selling can lead you to miss out on opportunities on the upside. And reason number 2 as to why I don't day trade my TSP funds is because even the experienced traders, the people who trade on a daily basis for their job, they rarely beat the market. Get this. Fewer than 1% of mutual fund managers persistently beat the market based on superior market timing or stock picking skills. And it's in line with research by Brad Barber of UC Davis and Terrence Odine of UC Berkeley, who found that only 1% of active traders outperform the market. The more frequently people trade, the worse they do. So my philosophy is I don't buy and sell TSP funds on a daily basis. If the experts can't beat the market, what makes me think I can? Instead, my philosophy is to consistently save and put money into the market. And if there is a downturn and I have extra funds, I decide to buy more during that time so I can take advantage of the dip. Anyone is free to invest the way that you choose. Just be aware of the financial facts and the consequences. Last but not least is rule number 3 of how to retire a TSP millionaire, and that is to take advantage of your employer match. I've said it in my previous videos, I'm going to say it again. The employer match is free money. Take advantage of it. In Congress and across many of the federal agencies, the government typically matches up to 5%. This means if you put in 5%, then the government will also put in 5%. And what's great about that is that in total, you're putting into retirement 10% combined. This is a way to increase the amount that you're saving while using OPM, other people's money. And if you think about it, it's a use it or lose it situation. If you don't put in 5%, then the government won't put in 5% on your behalf, and then you get 0. So really the incentive here is for you to try and save that 5% just to meet that government match because you don't want to leave free money on the table. So whatever you do, at the very minimum, just put aside that 5% because you want to be able to take advantage of all the benefits that you can. And here's a quick calculation to show you why. Remember how saving 10% of $30,000 can make you a millionaire? Well, the employer match is critical because for someone making $30,000, you would only need to put in 5% of your salary. If you put in 5%, the employer will match that and make the difference to get you to that total of 10%. Look at how much you'll have by the time you retire. So whenever you can, take advantage of that employer match because it can make the difference between whether or not you retire a millionaire. Now that you have all this information, what are you going to do about it? I hope you remember the 3 rules so that you yourself can retire a millionaire. And if you know someone working in public service or working for the federal government, make sure to pass on this video. Let's create more millionaires. Other than that, if you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel to be updated whenever new personal finance videos are released each week. Remember, it's free to like and subscribe, and it extremely helps with the YouTube algorithm. I'd appreciate your support. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. You're still here? Be sure to check out these other personal finance videos that I think you'll enjoy. See you in the next video.